Evening, everyone. Evening. Hope you're all well. Just thought I'd come on, do a little stream this evening. I've heard a rumour. There's going to be another bus parade on Sunday for the match against Everton. Listen, this bus parade thing, it does my Swede in at the end of the day. You've got Arsenal up the road. They're going to be having a bus parade, but they've won the league. I think sometime next week in Birmingham, there's going to be a bus parade. They've won the Europa League and in the top four, by the way. Down here somewhere in that Tottenham area outside that ground, there's going to be a bus parade on Sunday for being 1 point from relegation. Do me a favour, right? Get in the ground and support the team in the ground for 90 minutes. They don't need wedging up on a bus on the way in. That's if they're even on it. What are we doing here? What are we doing? It's the biggest game in Spurs history for probably, 45 years. And we're having a poxy bus parade for players that have shown they're not capable of being any better than where they are. What did the bloody bus parade do for the Nottingham Forest game? Sweet FA. That's what it done. I don't understand what some of the fans of this club are doing. We all know where the problems lie. And it's all right for old TikTok man to say, well, the club rung me. And how about saying, do you know what? I think you're all wankers. We're going against you. But no. Because Enoch have said, let's have a bus parade. Yeah? We're on it again. We're on the bandwagon again. Are we for real? Are we actually for real? Deflection tactics again from Enoch. Whether there was going to be a protest at the Everton game or not, I don't think there was, to be honest with you. But it's just deflection tactics again. No doubt it'll be 2-1 again. Yeah, let's have a great day. 2-1. Don't worry, we've gone down. It's all right. What a bunch of selfish pricks we've got running this football club. And then we've got, I'm sorry, I'll call it out, fans wanting to clamber all over a bus, yeah? Hey, hi guys. And for what? Do it in the ground. Fucking does my absolute Swede in. I just don't know what we're doing here. Honestly, I don't. Fucking raging earlier. Absolutely raging. And I'll tell you what, in a good way, it's lucky, right, that I ain't got these social media, whatever it is, TikTok and X and Instagram or whatever it is and all that. This football club has nearly gone to the Championship. Please, anyone, please tell me what a bus parade does for that. Is it going to lift the feeling? They're professional bloody footballers. You have a bus parade when you've won something, not when you're a load of shite. Well, it's no wonder this football club's a laughing stock. An absolute laughing stock. I've never heard anything like it in all my life. You know, they had it once a few weeks ago. That did a lot of good, didn't it? Yeah, and no one can tell me any different because I was at that game. So what did it do for that? Nothing. What do you expect it to do on Sunday? I'll tell you what it will do. Nothing. if anything, it will put more pressure on them. Big up, Stu. Evening to you, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, we're all well, man. We're all well, Stu. Thank you. Listen, I've sent the link out to some people. I don't know if they're going to jump on, but if anyone wants to come on, have their say, you know, the usual. Camera on unless we know you, and then it's not a problem. Camera off. Links in the bottom of the chat. Stu says, this is why I struggle when I hear Tottenham is a Big Six club. For the bus parade didn't work last time. I seriously doubt it's going to work this time. I doubt it as well, Stu. I doubt it as well. Bear with me, guys. Just bear with me 1 second. Here we go. Hang on, Steve. There we go. Lads, Corey, Steve, just give me 2 minutes, chaps. Just let me say a few hellos because these people have been in. Big up to you, Logan. Thanks for joining us, mate. Let me just let Nigel in as well. If his screen comes up, there you go. It's going to come on, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm invested in a new camera in the next week or so.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. You're okay. Logan says, big up, Cookie Sheriff. Sheriff's at work. He's done a course today, believe it or not, and he's still got to go to work tonight. It's mad. He's been up all day and he's got to go to work tonight again. But there you go. Big up to the Sheriff. Logan says, evening, Cookie Chef and chat. Big up, everyone. Imagine having a bus parade for a team fighting relegation. Would be us, wouldn't it? And it's absolutely embarrassing. You're not wrong there, mate. Golden Sun, big up to you. He says, this can't be real, surely. FFS. Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's madness. Even Page, hope you're well. Like and subscribe on your way in, please. There's Trevor and there's Nige. Just bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be with you shortly. Tottenham Trev says, oh, my God, no. Evening to Lee. Hope you're well, Lee. Evening to Pete. Big up to you, Pete. We'll get on to the subject shortly. Joey's in. He says, I guess that's Romero's gone. Nige says, this a club. Evening to Steve. Hope you're well. Kevin's in. Big up, Kevin. Big up, Ghosted. And I'll carry on shortly. I want to get into this. Big up, guys. Hope you're well. Big up, Corey, Steve, Trev, and Nige. Hope you're all well. The bus parade, chaps. I heard about it earlier on. I'm stewing.
Yep.
Like I'm stewing, big style. I've been in that front room since I text you on WhatsApp, Nige, and I have been fuming. Absolutely fuming. Joey's in as well now. Let me just put Joey in. There we go. Joey's in as well. Listen, guys, I'm fuming. Tell me what you think about it. I've had my little rant at the beginning. You know me, lads. I could go on and on and on and on and on.
Oh,
Tell me how you feel.
Can you hear me, Cookie?
Yeah, I can hear you, Trav. Go on, mate.
Because it's like the first time I've done this. So I'm Tottenham Trevor, everyone, as you know.
Yeah, big up, Trev.
I love upsetting everyone.
That's all right, mate.
Well, that's my job.
Yeah.
But it's just, at the end of the day, it's just passion. I'll just give you a bit of background and then I'll tell you what I think. So, as you know, I've been going down there for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And supporting them away, and especially in the Champions League run that we had. You know, I actually thought, yeah, this club, we're going somewhere now. We're going to push on. So I followed them out to Ajax, to Madrid, all the games, Dortmund. Had some great times and everything like that, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, before that, you know, it was only a few cups in there, UEFA Cup, FA Cups. We was a good side. But come 2019, after Madrid, and after what happened with Levy and Enoch and the club not backing the team, pushing them forward, I said to all my mates down there, here's my season ticket. Who wants it? I'm done. They said to me, no, what you on about? Look at the stadium. Look what's going on down here now. I said, yeah, but we're not going to go anywhere. I could just smell it. Do you know what I mean? I could feel it.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
Probably like a lot of you could, because we're not stupid.
Yeah.
And we're hardcore Tottenham fans. I think when you're hardcore, you can smell through, you can smell it, you can see it, if you know what I mean.
You can
You
smell
smell
through the
the bullshit.
bullshit.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So I stopped going. Now, that hurt me, not going.
I'm sure it did, Trev.
All my family go. All my family are from Enfield, Southgate, Romford, all over bits of London. Even originally, my dad comes from Arsenal, but he was Tottenham. My granddad was Tottenham. Most of the family are Spurs. You have a little bit of it at Arsenal, right?
Yeah,
So we've got a bit of a divide, but it's more Spurs. So it really hurt not going. And my cousin's texting me, why aren't you coming? I'm saying, I'm not coming. You know me reasons why. I'm not buying into this Levy Enoch club as it is. And I think over the years now, we've not only got a washed out club, we've got a washed out fan base. Sorry to say it. They've drained the life out of the real hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Killed them off. They've replaced them with a load of happy clappers. This is why I get so upset in the chat, lads, because I can see it. And people are going, yeah, but this manager, that manager. Forget all the managers. We've had some of the best managers, haven't we? Look what's happened.
Conte, Jose, both of them called it out.
It's a player problem. And not only that, all this washes down on the players. There's no mentality of, we're Tottenham Hotspur, let's get out there and win. There's none of that anymore. They've washed it out of the club altogether. And this new breed of fans, well, I won't say it live on air.
Mate, they're not fans. They'll sit there with their phones out watching the game through a phone.
Let him finish. Let him finish, lads. Let him finish a minute.
Yeah, just sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Bit of a long point, isn't it? But
it's all right. No, you're right.
I've got a lot to say. But
that's all right.
Over the years, they've got rid of hardcore fans like myself, who have it tattooed on their bloody arm, for God's sake. And they've got rid of fans like us. And, now I'm a bloody armchair fan, And I just look at some of the comments from people. I look at some of the stuff from these bus parades we've had. You don't have a bus parade for a team that are already under pressure. They can't handle pressure. You're just going to relegate them before they even step on the pitch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is the washed out fan base we've got now. They're sort of cheering on a bus. Last time I think it was empty, wasn't it? We got no proof there was anyone in it. And it just feels like a big gimmick to me now. They want to earn as much money as they can out of the fans before they get relegated, because I can't see them scoring 2 goals against Everton, and they're going to need 2 goals, aren't they? They're going to need 2 goals.
More than likely.
I cross my fingers and hope to hell that West Ham lose, because I think it's the only way we're staying up, lads. On somebody else's a downfall. It's just a joke, and it's high time the fans turned up protesting for Enoch and all the mugs that we got running that ball to leave. And I mean protest, not just, you know what I mean, proper protest, like when Sugar got hooked out of the club. I mean, I got arrested that night, but I mean, things have changed a bit, but they don't seem to go for it now. Wouldn't these owners out, you got to cause uproar up there. Anyway, the bus parade, the load of wank, sorry. But
guys,
away you go. Tell me what you think.
It's not just the fan base.
You know what
washed.
it is?
It's the club that's washed. Because when you've got this story, our club captain is not going to be at that game Sunday because he's in Argentina watching his boyhood club play a cup final. That tells you all you need to know about the state of Tottenham Hotspur today. The club's fucking washed. I'm
I know what I feel with
this
Enoch
year.
doing this
I
now.
hate this fan base, and I'm starting to hate this club.
It's crazy when you actually have to choke it down and say, I hate my own fans. But they're not Tottenham fans, in my opinion, guys. Not like us. They would just accept anything.
I know.
You know,
you know what you can whittle this all down to, right? This board is exploitative from them. We are not fans anymore. We are a number. We are customers. And if they don't like the customer, they can always boot us out. Hardcore fans, real fans of this club have been priced out of the club they love.
Yep.
They've exploited every penny, every scrounging effort out of the fans to keep going. It's just become a money-making machine for them. And like they said 26 years ago, we're here to make money when they brought us off of sugar. I mean, I was Enoch and Levy out when they fucking sacked, mind my language, but seeing they want to do a bus parade for a bunch of fucking idiots that can't be asked to pull their finger out and actually get a result somehow.
It's shocking.
You do realise football teams have to be at the stadium about 3 to 4 hours before a football match is to start so they can get their team preparation and everything sorted out, and then they do their light warm-ups before the fans come into the stadium, and all that business goes on because we all know it goes on. So you're going to have thousands of idiots cheering on a fucking empty bus like they did fucking with Forest. And this just gets me there with these fans nowadays. You're going to clap a bloke driving a bus down the road when there's no players on the bus when they're already in the stadium 4 hours before kickoff.
Yeah.
Guys, Enoch could try to water
it's maniacal.
Any possible
it's completely maniacal. It is.
Right. I'm going to come in, and I'm going to come in hard now, right? So, are we all on the? We're all on the group.
There's women about.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'm just joking.
No. So basically, are we all on the WhatsApp group? Yeah, because I put up the post earlier about the Change for Tottenham thing, right? They're saying about, no, now's the time to get behind the team. There was no thing about a bus parade. Support the team on Sunday. Now it's we're trying to protest, right? And now they've come out and fucking said about, excuse my language, said about another bus parade on the biggest game of our club's history.
Can't you just see that that's a bit spineless from them as well when they were trying?
And I'm like, what Change for Tottenham were all this like?
Hang on, Corey. Hang on a minute. Go on, Steve.
Change for Tottenham were like, oh yes, we need to protest. It's not acceptable, yada yada yada, which is basically what they put in their statement to do at the end of the season, after the last game, right? And now they're saying, oh, actually, we need another freaking bus parade. And I'm sorry, but like Trev said, no one's going to be on that bloody bus, right? So you're going to get like £10,000 for standing out there clapping a freaking empty bus on a bus driver, right? And I'm like, are you serious, man?
All about money again, isn't it?
And Romero, like, you're the club captain. I don't care if you're bloody injured or not, mate. You get your freaking ass in that stadium and you get behind the boys, right? Because seriously, if we go down on Sunday, which is likely, right? What is Romero doing? Ben Davies has been out since bloody January, and he's there every freaking game. James Maddison was there, right, before he got on the bench. He's there every single game as well. Odebear's there, right, every single game. Do you know what I mean? Vicario's been there every single game, and he's not been playing.
What Bobby Robson says about players' loyalty back in the day. It kind of makes me think along with what Bobby Robson said about it. Players nowadays don't give a shit as long as the money hits their bank account. As long as they're
be allowed.
If Romero ain't there, right, fuck off out of our club, because I do not want you there any freaking more, mate. You can do one. Anyway. You can go. Like the rest of the useless bastards that have been giving us shit results all season. Do you think De Zerbi is going to want to do a bus parade?
No.
Do you think De Zerbi's got a say in this? Because there's no way De Zerbi would be like, well, actually, that's a really freaking good idea. Nah, there's no way De Zerbi's got any say in this whatsoever.
On the last bus parade, right? I was so angry. I phoned the club and I spoke to a bloke wet behind the ears, right? And I said to him, "Can you put me through to the manager? Somebody who deals with the commercial side of the club." He goes, "Oh, they're not available at the moment." So I said, "I just want to make a complaint that you drove an empty bus down Tottenham High Road, because we know you weren't in there, right? And tell them that I know they weren't in there, because I know somebody at the club that told me they weren't in there, right? And I can't give you his name, but the problem is, you know what he said to me? He goes to me, do you want to put that in an email, madam? You know what? It's just like the club. They put everything in an email. Do this, do that. They haven't got no clue how to run the club, right? And then the fans are doing this stupid ass bus parade, right? Which doesn't serve any purpose. It doesn't serve any purpose just for their own egos, right? That's all it is. So they can have a few beers, jump up and down, cheer the. You could do that in the grand, right? And what they do in the grand, you saw it, Cookie, didn't you, when they left?
Yeah.
And I bet my money that most of those fans that left were the ones that were at the bus parade.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Go on.
I haven't got long, Kurt.
Yeah,
so
go on, Nigel.
A minute. I just come on because I'm embarrassed. As a fan, as a Spurs fan, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed about where we are now as a club, what the owners have done to this club. And the last thing I want is more embarrassment. And this bus parade, every other fan of every other club must be looking at us and thinking, what a bunch of wankers.
Yeah, yeah.
We're a laughing stock.
Yeah.
We are a
Wankers
laughing
is a
stock.
soft touch for us right now.
This bus parade, if it goes ahead, listen, every single person that goes to that ground will no doubt get behind the team, and they absolutely should.
Yeah.
But not before and after the game, when that final whistle goes, every man, woman, and child that are in that stadium should be standing and singing for Enoch out. Nothing more. And I don't want to see the players.
100%.
If the players win, if we win, or if we draw and we survive, I don't want to see the players jumping round, celebrating like we won something. I want them to clap the fans and fuck off the pitch because
get off the pitch. Yeah,
they're a joke.
Absolutely nice.
Bottles of piss
thrown at them.
I'll jump in a minute, and I know Nigel's upset about this because I can hear the tremble in his voice.
Yeah.
I can hear the tremble in his voice that he's really fucked off.
I'm wanged up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I'm the same. Listen, we're going to get round to everyone. Alex, just bear with us a minute because I want to hear what Joey and Ellie have got to say on this, and obviously Corey. I will get to you very soon, though. Joey, listen, can we hear what you think about this bus parade and what the fucking hell this club's doing?
Well, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm 56 this year. I hate this fan base. I've never felt so far away from the club that I grew up loving. I don't love it anymore. I'm probably on the cusp of jacking it in. The season ticket's probably going to go in the summer. If we get relegated, it's a definite. I won't renew. But this fan base, 20,000 queuing up to look at an empty bus again, when it had such a negative impact last time. I firmly believe it's being driven by Enoch because I think they've got serious concerns about there could be trouble and aggravation, because I've spoken to a few people and there are a few people who are talking about doing something. But I just think I fucking hate this fan base. I can't describe it. I'm sorry for the language. I'm sorry for being angry, but a bit like Trev said, I see some of the comments in here. I watch you every morning, even when I'm at work. I look and I just think, I get everyone's got an opinion, and you know what? None of us are right all the time, but I just see some of it and I just think, fuck me, what do you watch week in, week out for the last 2 years to come up with some sort of ludicrous opinion about a player or a result we may or may not get? And that sums up the fan base. These are the people that will stand there and clap a coach and go, this is a really good idea. No, it's fucking not. Those players need bottles of piss thrown at them as far as I'm concerned. I fucking hate Romero needs hanging. I don't care if I get kicked off here. The bloke's an absolute see you next Tuesday. And Cookie, I promise you I wouldn't blow a gasket, but I fucking am.
But that's how angry it makes you. Because when you've been following the club, like we all have here and we all go, Alex, you still go, don't you? And I don't go anymore. So you could say, Trev, you're a bit of a fair weather fan. But I went from 1976 with my dad all the way up to 2019. And I'd had enough of it. I could see what was going down. I wanted to go, but I'd had enough of it. And you see the comments, and sometimes I react. Maybe I've got it wrong, but sometimes I can't believe what I'm seeing. We rate some of these players. Sorry, they shouldn't be in a Spurs shirt. Some of them, regardless of their age, whoever put this squad together needs kicking out the club. Why
is the club captain? Why is the club captain not told he needs to be in this country? He needs to be at that game. He's the club captain. Do as you're fucking told. Don't swan off to the other side of the world to watch a fucking team play football.
Yeah, you can imagine Steve Perryman not being there, couldn't you?
I've never known anything so shit in all my life.
Yeah, I know.
He's never been committed to the club. Simple.
Yeah, Corey, you go next. Corey, Nige, if you have to jump off, mate, I'll get it, mate. All right, mate. No worries. Corey, go on, mate.
How do I sum this up?
Before you start, Corey, before you start, just let me read this out from Tim Mann because he sent a super chat in. Otherwise, I won't get through the chat. He just says, "Parade? Question mark? Are they taking the piss? Win, lose, or draw? They should be on that pitch calling out these owners. It's embarrassing and a disgrace." Tim Mann, thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. I think, mate, there's a lot of angry people on here tonight, and it's good that we're all getting a bit of frustration out, to be honest with you, because it's not good, mate. Tim Mann, thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate it, mate, and I will bring it up again at the end. Appreciate it. Go on, Corey. Sorry, mate.
Nice one, Tim, man. This board, it's maniacal, really, isn't it? Chaotic, shambolic, so many negative acronyms and words and sentences you can throw out the board alone. But who the fuck is coming up with these ideas? Let's get on a parade, lads. The only fucking parade I want to see is when you've lifted the trophy and actually played well. Fuck off. Yep. Since Jose got the boot, we have been shit under most managers by maybe. I can't even think of a manager really that has really made me think, all right, yeah, you've done a good job since Jose. I wanted to believe in Frank for the body of work that he did at Brentford because he was given time and the keys to Brentford to do it properly with a proper scouting network, with a proper director of football. I'm sorry, we got Bill and Ben, the fucking flower potmen, in charge of us as a club. We've got fucking Noddy in charge as a director of fucking football. Got Big Ears as a fucking scout. We got a scouting network, and I keep fucking saying this every day. Could not scout a Mars bar standing in Asda. They would be looking at the fucking Snickers bar instead. I want a Mars bar. Go and scout me a Mars bar. There you go. It's a Freddo. What the fuck are you doing with my money, you cunt? So you spent £1 on the Mars bar.
Don't use the C word. Don't use the C word. Yeah. That's my job. Yeah.
It is absolutely shambolic, short-sightedness from this management and this ownership again. Sorry, not De Zerbi, but it's just complete incompetence. It's abysmal. It's spineless. There's just so many words I could throw out about this right now. And then our beloved captain is off to Argentina to go and watch his boyhood club play. Oh, well done, mate. I've never rated you when you came in. People give you the mantra of world class because you've won a World Cup. Does that mean that every other player sat on that bench when Argentina were playing with their first team and barely making subs? Does that make them world class if they didn't get on the pitch? No. If you're world class, you prove it week in, week out. If you're good at your job, you prove it week in, week out. You don't have a fucking off day for 6-7 months in a row and then come back to work, clatter a guy, get sent off over Christmas like you always do. Every year around Christmas, Romero deliberately gets himself sent off for about 3 matches. I've noticed it every year, every Christmas he gets sent off. Leaves this club, leaves these fans in the mire for about a month just because he wants to sit indoors. Nah, get him gone. There is about 19 players I'd be shot off straight away if we survive. Right, here you go. You can either have your contracts ripped up or you can go and find a club. We're not going to bother selling you. You go and find your own club.
Yeah.
Get out. Be gone. We don't want to deal with you. Like with what Arsenal did a few seasons ago, they were ripping up contracts left, right and centre for players that were too big for their egos were better than the club. They just went up, rip your contract up, get out of the club. Get hold of some of these players that aren't good enough. See ya. There are players here that you have people defending like Gray because he had one good game at Madrid. Wow, okay, Madrid were already through. They didn't even need to apply themselves really when they played us. Didn't really need to show up. They're already 5 goals up. For fuck's sake.
I think a lot of these players might find it hard to find clubs because a lot of other clubs will see what they're like and just think they won't go near them.
Yeah,
you know, there's a couple maybe, but I'm not seeing it. You know, Romero just could have been great for us. Could have been great for us, but he's got the wrong attitude. Wrong attitude.
Most of them got this wrong attitude. The application of attitude alone from some of these players, mate. I just want to wring them by the neck.
Romero cares about Romero, and that's it.
Of course, Romero cares about Romero. He thinks he's bigger than the club or any club that he's at. He's not going to be happy until he's sunning it up playing in Spain for Atletico or Real. But I'm telling you now,
he won't go to Real.
None of those big clubs are going to come in for him because they can see what he's like. They've already got, Madrid have already got enough characters in that dressing room that like causing problems. So I add another twat to the mix. Then you've got Porro, who people keep gassing up, who's a very average fucking defender. Adoji, I wanted to believe there was a player in him, but fuck that guy out the door. Gone.
Phase 2 injured for free.
Oh.
Yeah.
I keep saying Darren Antler left something in the water at the fucking training ground, mate, on his way out. I'm sure of it. Our players always seem to be sick or injured when we fucking need them. When we don't need them, they're all there. And it's like, fucking hell, it's the end of the
season. it's Adebayor's mum and her juju.
That's what it is.
The thing is, I would take Adebayor up front. At least the guy could put the thing in the onion bag. Not like that.
Yeah.
Pretend
there was nothing wrong with him, mate.
Richie.
Let me jump in, if you don't mind. Mr. Box Office. Hope you're well, mate, Alex. What are your thoughts on the old bus parade, Alex, bollocks, whatever you want to call it? I don't think any of us on here are happy about it. What are your thoughts, mate?
I mean, to be honest with you, the bus parade just sums up how what we are. What's the actual reason for doing this? What's the actual? I can't think of the word now. Sorry, maybe because I've had a long day. What's the actual reason for doing this? You know what I mean? You know,
ideas for everyone.
I don't know. I just don't know what to say. You know, I think it just sums up why I sit here, because you know you have to look at the future right now, because you know, for me at the moment we're either going down, which is quite unlikely at the moment because you have to bet on West Ham winning or and us losing. And looking at the future, what's going to be the future in the Championship or the Premier League? And I've just looked at the last 9 years since I've been doing this, since Poch left. That first interview with Chris Cowden. And my mistake was that I focused too much on my team. I focused too much on Tottenham because I think I've become so much dumber watching Tottenham. And I don't feel like I'm actually understanding what quality is. You know what I mean? This whole debate about supporting players, that you wouldn't see me doing that because I don't have any connection with these players whatsoever. If you want to push me on it, Danzo, that's it. And the only reason Danzo is because Danzo, I think he gives his honesty. That's it. Simple as that. And I'm clutching. I'm proper clutching at the moment.
Yeah, but Danzo is no nonsense, isn't he? That's what we want.
Old school.
You get my point, though. It's just like the whole point is, though. I mean, I'm trying to address the point what you're saying by trying to say what I'm trying to say. What point I really want to make with this bus parade, for me, you got the reaction from rivals after Nottingham Forest when we messed up against Nottingham Forest 3-0 when all the other fans laughing at us after doing that celebration. You know what I mean? All I saw with rivals was just laughing at us. I was on other shows that are rival shows laughing at us.
Yeah. Why would you want that again? Yeah.
So for me, there was no reason to do this anyway. You know, I haven't got the energy for it because I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not going to support those players. They need to sort themselves out. I'm sorry, like I'm not here to hold your hand. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because as far as I'm concerned, the fact that I would pay money to go and watch you should be still making the effort anyway. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like for me, for instance, like I said, if someone needs to motivate me to get up in the morning and get on with my life and do something else and to do something to make myself better, right? There's something wrong with myself right now. You know what I mean? Right? You know, there's something wrong. Now, I'm not getting into the whole thing about other things because I know people start talking about, you know, the mental health side, which I ain't getting into because that's not what I'm talking about here. Because I get that, right? But we're here to talk about football here, right? So I understand there's another thing about this, but I can't get into that, right? Because then it's another show. But my point is, though, if I need to motivate people like, you know, those players, to give them a little bit of a holding hand, right? When they're getting paid a lot of money, right? There's something wrong, you know, because no one motivates me. No one motivates the main event. I come on every stream and everyone's having a go at Mr. Main Event. The main event. No one has to tell me, hold my hand or give me a pat on the shoulder or, you know, whatever they call it. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
So I don't really get it. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really get it for me, but this is what Tottenham do. We're too nice. We're way too nice. Yeah. And when I talk to other fan bases, because, you know, my boy Asmati did a great show yesterday, Spurs Kings TV, the Rivals. When I'm listening to what Rivals say about their players, like Salah, for instance, right? You know, they have a conversation about Salah. They have real conversation about their players saying, you know what, they're not doing it for us. You know what I mean? Get rid of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, and we've been soft with players like what we've got at the moment, who couldn't even touch the players that were here 8-9 years ago that we said were not good enough.
Alex, can I ask you a question, Alex?
Yep.
You know you said about downside, push downside.
Yeah.
Would you include James Maddison in that after? Because what he said the other night, did you hear his interview after the game the other night about it's embarrassing for a club like Tottenham to be where they are? We need players that will fight for the club and the badge. Did you agree with him or did you not?
I didn't hear I didn't see his speech. I didn't hear when he spoke. But for me, I do like Maddison, but he's injured too much. So I would say I wouldn't include him in it because of his injuries, but I would still keep him anyway because he's heavens above some of the players that we've got at the moment. You know what I mean? As you know, I somebody that could be in the squad definitely because I think for me he's been. I mean, you see it. You saw it on against Chelsea and against Leeds
when he come on. Yeah.
When he came on, so I was there at Leeds. You know what I mean? If you watch the Box Office TV, the blog, you would have seen me. Actually, be happy seeing the goal as well. By the way, because people say I'm never happy. Well, you would have seen me. But you know, so the point is though, right, is that you know, I do think to answer your question. Sorry, I forgot your name, mate. I really do apologise.
It's Steve.
Steve, big up, Steve, because I know I've seen you quite a bit on the show. But yeah, it's like for me, it's like I do think you can include him in it definitely. But I do think Danzo. I do like Danzo. I think he epitomises a lot of things. I do agree with everybody on the panel about certain players. I'm not going to go as graphic as what they say, but. I think Poro's overrated. I've said Adoji is crap in the final third. He's not changed the last 3 years, right? You don't need to tell me about the front line because I've been saying it for how many years. If you watch Mr. Box Office TV, you would have seen it already. I've been saying that Bentancur's a reject for a long time, but then he's our best midfielder right now. So then I'm a hypocrite by saying that right now, right? I like Paulinho, but we still haven't got, you know, and some of the other signings, it's been disappointing. And let's be honest, I would keep Kudos. I like Kudos as well, but look what happened. You know what I mean? He got injured. So to answer your question, overall question, Mark, I would say, it's not appropriate having a bus parade, but that's where we are as a club, and that's why I'm going to be going to gym soon and doing other things, and I'm not going to go to the game because I've got other things to do. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't be wasting my time doing. You know what I mean? So that's all I've got to say. That's you, Mark.
It should be paying us to go rather than us paying for the tickets, shouldn't they? The way they're playing, you know?
Yeah.
Disgraceful. But
the trouble is, the trouble is, unfortunately, like Trev said at the beginning, there's the hardcore fans there's not a lot of us left now, right? And the new breed of Tottenham fans are coming in, and they've been, what's the word? Something washed in there. You know what I mean?
Brainwashed.
Brainwashed. Very slowly, exactly the same as the decline of the club since Pochettino. Yeah, exactly the same thing. And they've been brainwashed into how the club's being run now, and they think that's how it should be when it fucking shouldn't be. Right? ENIC are destroying this football club. Right? We are going to get absolutely slaughtered if this parade goes ahead, and especially if we bloody get relegated as well.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Embarrassing.
Is it? It's not strong enough word. Embarrassing.
Yeah. I know.
It's fucking ludicrous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rain's still there. He's still there, Rain. Oh, he is there. I can see his head now.
Right.
If I take this comment off from Fanzex, there we go. I can see him now.
Didn't he?
Rain and Dave are in. Big up to Rain and Dave. Hope you're both well. I will learn one day to write all the names down. So when I finish my stream, I'll say thank you to and you know what I mean. But my head's gone at the moment again.
Pen and paper.
Ellie, it's here. It's here in front of me. Look.
Yeah, right. Then you've got to use your hands to write the names.
Yeah, I can't feel my hands. That's the problem.
What are we talking about? Writing? What's that? That's
What's
ancient, isn't it? Writing down stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Everything's done on
Rain,
pad.
Rain, if you don't mind, I'll come to Dave first, as he just jumped in before you, if that's all right. Dave, how are you feeling about the parade, mate? And what's your feeling? What's it going to do for the players that are not on the coach on the way in? What's it going to do for the fans who, you know, done the same thing against Nottingham Forest? Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. I was there that day. I remember we got stuffed 3-0 at home. I remember that game very well. Dave, tell me how you feel.
Irrelevant fucking twaddle. That's exactly what this parade's all of is. It's
a load of bollocks.
This is what I don't like about this team. They don't learn from their previous mistakes.
Yep.
That first parade was pointless, meaningless, irrelevant. But they went ahead and done it to try and just literally, it's just to take a bit of spotlight off of them. Do you know what I mean? It's just to take a bit of heat away from them, because, and then we go and get spanked 3-0 by Forest, embarrassing. So now the owners have got egg on their face even more, and now they're going to go and do it again. These players don't need any more pressure added to that day.
Agreed.
They're already under enough pressure.
Yeah.
And we all know how this crop of players play under pressure. They don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, and they're going to go and do it again. Why? You're asking to be relegated, because it just puts more pressure onto a group of people that can't play under pressure. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know what we're doing. It's like they don't learn from their mistakes. They've made plenty of them in the transfer market over the last 5-6 years, and they're still not learning from it. Especially in January. Fucking hell.
Well,
do you know what I mean? 14 senior players out injured, and we go and sign 3 kids and Conor Gallagher. What the fuck are we doing here? What is this club doing? What are the owners doing? What are they doing?
You wouldn't mind so much if they sold a player and then replaced the position, but they don't even do that.
No,
I mean that's just unbelievable. I played football at very amateur level on a Saturday and a Sunday, and if you know a right back was missing, my manager put another right back on. Do you know what I mean? It's just crazy what this club does, and as Alex said, what is the point? And why is it relevant to have a fucking party, excuse my French, before a game with all this pressure that we know the players are not no good at? I just think it's mad. And for any fans to endorse it, in my opinion, any fan that I speak to says to me, "Oh, there's the bus parade. Are you going to go?" You probably know what I'm going to say.
They're just as bad, in my opinion.
How it's like they're trying to make the fan base angry and pissed off. The one side are clapping it, and the other side, who can see what's going on to this club, it's just trying to piss us off even more.
It's called divide and conquer.
And get rid of us.
That's what it's called, divide and conquer.
Well, yeah.
The original fan base with plastic
Enoch all over. They've done it from day one, didn't they, really?
Yeah.
Divide and conquer. They've done it from day one.
Yeah.
If you remember, there was a lot of that going on in the club. And even coming in and saying, like some of you, I don't really remember it, but, I was all like, Tottenham Hotspur and thought the club were all in favour of our fans and they were getting taken over. Sugar was going. And I thought, well, it can only be a good thing. But when you actually look back, Sugar actually put some of his money in and bought in some players that kept us up.
Sugar had the best interest.
Ellie, you're going. Who here is going to the game on Sunday?
I am. I'm going with my brother.
All I'm going to say to Ellie and Rain, yeah, both going, yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say to you is be careful, because if we get relegated on Sunday, it's going to be fucking pandemonium. There's going to be fights breaking outside the ground, everything.
Yeah,
just
it will.
I'll be with my brother.
Yeah,
I'll be with my brother. I'll be all right. Yeah, my
because
there's going to be some.
Pardon?
You think there will, though, Dave? It's got so watered down.
I think there will be. I think it's going to be. I think there's going to be some serious amounts of shit hitting fans.
Yeah,
won't be massive amounts of people, but there will be a few lot looking for trouble.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wish they direct it at the board. This has been a long time coming. I mean,
oh god, yeah.
That's the only place we need it directed at, Trev.
Yeah, they laugh. I've been there before, and even like some of my own family, like I said to you, I go with. Look at this stadium. Look at this. Look at that. Not interested in that. I wanted us to push on when we finished third behind, Leicester that season.
Yeah.
And in the Chelsea season, we finished second.
Yeah.
I thought we were really unlucky that year, but we still didn't push on enough. If you get to that position when you can win a title, you take a gamble, you get a loan, you get a player, but he just wouldn't do it, would he?
Enoch aren't gamblers. There's no profit in footballers. There's profit in property. They want to invest in property.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They got lucky with players like Gareth Bale. And that was probably, I've said this before, it was probably a curse.
Yeah,
probably a curse because Levy looked for the next Bale all the time. Buy him cheap, sell him expensive. And you don't always do that. They realised a long time ago that winning things and continually winning things costs money, and they ain't going to spend that.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing that Enoch really worried about was crashing the market back in the 90s. So,
yeah. Just give us 1 sec. Let me. I've done Tim Man. Hayden put in the chat earlier on, guys. It's important for everyone to know that De Zerbi was the one who requested this, apparently.
No way.
I don't believe that. Not De Zerbi.
I'm not having that, but
no way.
Let's see if it comes out in the wash. Tim Man's come in with a super chat. Big up to you, Tim Man. Said Enoch will never change if we keep having parades. And Stokes is coming as well. We was having a chat on WhatsApp earlier. And he said, "Put this skydiver on, Cookie." I will, John. I will. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, carry on. It's the same. It's the same conversation. We're talking about the bus parade. What an absolute joke it is. I'm disgusted with it. I've got to tell you, I rang Mark up. I said, "Mark, you on your way home from work?" He went, "I've just walked in the door." I said, "Do us a favour, set me up a stream. Nigel's already done thumbnail for me." And he set it up just like that because I was raging. And I mean raging at this football club. Now, just to let people know, Dave's right. I think if there's relegation at the weekend, it could kick off a little bit, right? I do believe that it could do. A lot of people say, no, everyone will go home because we've got such a wet fan base. Do you know what I mean? But listen, look, this is serious business. What are this frigging football club doing having poxy parades when if we don't get a point on Sunday or West Ham win and we lose, we're gone.
Cookie, right? So I was at the stadium last year for the Europa League final, yeah? Right? So when they had the big screens on the pitch and stuff, this is what Enoch think about it, right? They basically, right, we won the trophy, full-time whistle goes, yeah? Everybody embrace the pitch. What do? Turn all the screens off so you don't even get to see the trophy. And you all have to go in the bars and watch it. You have to go in the bars and watch it on tiny little screens. Do you know what I mean? And all they cared about was, please get off the pitch. We've got a game on Sunday. Please get off the pitch. We've got a game on Sunday. Not congratulations on the team winning and that, playing music. They were just worried about the pitch and they turned all the big screens off because they invaded the pitch. Seriously, whoever goes to the ground needs to invade that pitch on Sunday. They really do.
And what happened on that day when they played that game? They got absolutely stuffed by Brighton 4-1 and paraded a cup around like winners, and they folded like that. And this is what I mean. You win a cup, the next game you win, don't you? You go all out to win it.
Oh, 100%, yeah. 100%.
And they collapsed. But I didn't know they'd done that. But that just says it all then, doesn't it? If they were... Yeah. You can watch it on our TV screens and have a beer, but that says it all. That says it all. That's how bad they've become.
I think they had about 8 screens on the pitch, and then obviously you had all the 4 screens in the corner as well. Yeah. And literally, as soon as the final whistle went, everybody invaded the pitch, and within two minutes, all the screens go off, and we're like, all right, I really want to see them freaking lift the trophy here. So we all had to clamber into the bars around the edges and stuff like that and literally watch it on a tiny little screen. I might as well just stay fucking home. Do you know what I mean? I might as well just go, I could have watched it at home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you might as well come around and watch it on the 50-inch telly, mightn't you? Crowded round my telly.
And I was just like, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? But they've announced this bus parade a year on from that win.
Yeah. Exactly. How much did they charge you, Steve?
20 quid a ticket. 20 quid.
That's what it's all about the money, isn't it?
I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with my son and my friends because he's never seen it. He was young when we won in 2008. Yeah, so I was like, I want to experience it with my boy. You know, if we win the cup, and I went to the parade 2 days later with my boy because he's never experienced it. I was 91. I didn't go because I wasn't old enough. I wasn't allowed to. So in 91, I went. I didn't go. So this was my first experience with him, and I enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? I thought, I get to experience it with my boy. Cool. So
I mean, I think
there's another one you can go to on Sunday if you like.
No, you know what I mean? This is literally like, you know, you have bus parades. I mean, Arsenal won the league. They're going to have a bus parade. They could do they could win the Champions League, and you know, as well. It is possible.
They're not having their parade to the 31st, are they?
No, I know, but they're having their parade properly. Villa are going to have their parade. Fair play to them. I'm sure Crystal Palace, if they win the Conference League, they'll have a parade.
Arsenal's plan is to have their parade and hopefully have the Champions League in with it.
Yeah.
As a double.
So
yeah.
Oh, and that's what you do. I mean, Arsenal deserve to win the league, yeah. Do you know what I mean? The 22 years, they've been the best team by far this season. Right? You can't, as Spurs fans, it bloody hurts, but it is what it is. They deserve, right? So let them have their fucking parade.
Well, they
Do you
won
know
it
what I mean?
dirty, but they won it. And if Tottenham won it that way, I'd be over the bloody moon. Do you know what I mean?
They were all up on the Emirates the other night, like celebrating.
We as a club, as a team, we need to be a little bit more like that. And you don't win a league if you ain't got a defence.
That's right.
You need a defence.
Just give me 1 minute, people. I've got a super chat that went past and I didn't star it. I do apologise, a user. I think it's meant to mean make sure they don't mistake for the Arsenal bus. Is that what it's meant to mean? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think you missed a letter off, a user. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Yeah, what it is.
Biggie's Arsenal's going to be an open top bus.
Yeah.
It won't be one of those blacked out buses.
No.
Yeah, I hope it rains.
Big up, AUs. I really appreciate that. I want to bring in Rain. I want to bring in Rain, Ellie, if that's all right, and then we'll come back to you. Is that all right, Ellie? Rain, thanks for waiting patiently. I appreciate it, mate. Let me get rid of that off the screen as well. Rain, where are you at with all this, mate?
All right, mate. How you doing, Cookie?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Thank you.
So last time, I stayed off YouTube for a week. In the run up to the last relegation parade.
Yeah.
And because I didn't want to say anything. And then obviously, we had the 3-0 hammering, and it was a hammering. And I came on and I had a bit of a wobbly because I think it's disgusting. I'm sorry, I do. It was a year ago that I went to a proper parade. It was a year ago that I had like one of my best days as a Spurs fan with at the parade for the Europa League, and I understand why people want to do it. I think they just need to actually sit down and have a think about what they're actually doing. Not, I want to do this and then work out how to justify it, but actually work out what it means to go and do what they're going to do. When I turned up before Forest, I posted in a couple of WhatsApp groups that I was looking around. I was obviously ready to go to the protest that we were planning to do, like you did, like you were, Cookie.
Yeah.
And many other people.
Yeah.
And I posted, I'm looking around, it's making me feel sick. And people have fallen out with me because I posted that. Just that. This is making me feel sick. And they're not interested. Those people are not interested that I turned and had a look. And what I'm one of the best days that I've ever had as a Spurs fan a year ago, I'm now associating with the crap that we're in, with the relegation crap that we're in. They've ruined the memory of that bus parade for me, for the Europa League bus parade. They've ruined it. It doesn't mean anything now because apparently we can have a bus parade when we're in a relegation. They just want to piss up. That's the honest truth. Okay, and I get it. People want to go and have a good time, but come on, give your head a wobble. Do you know what I mean? Actually have a think about what it is. Actually have a think about it. Look, from THFC flags and from the stands, I can't remember. Return of the Shelf, and Song Sheet. They believe that positivity in the ground leads to better results, and I believe that too. I honestly believe it. I've seen it. I've seen White Hart Lane, not so much the new stadium, but I've seen White Hart Lane roar and the players go up a level. I've seen it. I've been it. I've experienced. I've been part of it.
Yeah.
But this is going to make no difference. This idea that you have a parade outside and then it transfers positivity into the stadium. is complete and utter box. It's complete and utter rubbish. The fans have turned up to every single freaking game. Every single freaking game that the fans have turned up, right? Sung our hearts out, and then we've been let down. It's not us. It's not the fans who are letting the club down. It's not the fans who are. Yeah, it's not the fans who are lacking positivity. It's the players. It's the players. It's who we've got on the pitch. You know. So this is all rubbish. It's all rubbish. And if there's, I haven't seen a direct quote from De Zerbi. Sorry, I'm going off on a rant. I haven't seen a direct quote from De Zerbi but I cannot shake the fact that at the last bus parade, 7 years, 6-7 years, and the last bus parade, the last relegation parade, ENIC made record beer sales.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And say no more. And say no more.
Of course, ENIC want it to happen again.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
I guarantee you, we go down, right? De Zerbi will come out and leave, and he'll be like, I didn't want that bus parade, because it's just lies. It's just lies. They're literally just chucking it at De Zerbi now, saying, oh, yeah, De Zerbi wanted this, but we all freaking know that it ain't De Zerbi. It's ENIC. ENIC have said, we are going to, and whoever else is involved in it, they've said, we're going to do this on Sunday. What's he supposed to say before the last game of the season? No. Do you know what I mean? He's just going to have to deal with it, and then we'll see in the summer what happens. You know what I mean? But there's no way De Zerbi's got any say in this whatsoever. No way. Absolutely no way.
Anyone else?
So I agree with what you're saying there. It's not De Zerbi.
It's not. I don't think it's De Zerbi. I'm really. Of course, I'll go.
Boys and girls.
Hey,
hold on a minute, Guy. Hold on. Yeah, hello, Guy. Go on, Rain. Go on.
Of course, I'll go on Sunday. But you know what? I really don't want to go and see us get relegated. I really don't. I don't know. Well, of course, of course I'm going to go, but
yeah, because you're loyal. Because you're loyal and they know it. You know what I mean? But it's that, like I said, I couldn't stomach it anymore. It was so fake.
Yeah.
I love the stadium. It's brilliant, you know. But the old stadium, it had that buzz about it. When you started singing the old, you could get behind the players.
She had the soul, the old lane.
Yeah,
yeah. I still remember
again, I would argue against that. I would say the new stadium has that. I think the new stadium has that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Evening, Guy. Evening, mate. Evening.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, it has been. So obviously, I just pick up chat. So I'm in Budapest, and I'm just hearing some of the stuff that you're saying, right? So our stadium is our stadium, right? It's our stadium. Unlike West Ham's that don't own their stadium, it's our stadium. Yes, there are issues with our stadium, but there is no problem with our fans. There is no problem with our fans. I went to the Chelsea game, and it was horrific. Yes, it was. But yeah.
Our away fans are different class to the home fans.
They're the old school
I'm
fans.
one of those.
They're the hardcore.
I am an away fan. 22 losses last year. I went to Sunderland. I went all the way up to Everton on our win. So yeah. So let's go.
Your away fans, like Ellie said, they're the hardcore. They're the base of our support. They really are. The noise they made at Chelsea.
You realise the away fans are also the home fans, though. You realise we go home and away, right?
Of course I do. I know what you're saying.
I've been there and done it as well.
Guy, can I just say something about you saying about the stadium's our stadium, yeah? It's not our
stadium, yes.
It's not our stadium, it's Enoch Stadium.
Yes, it is. No, it is the Tottenham Stadium. It says it outside it. It is our stadium. No. Stop. Unlike West Ham, who are on housing benefit, it is our stadium.
I'll give him that.
But
West Ham are borrowing.
Renting it, you mean?
We're not renting it, brother. We're not renting it. It is our stadium. We go there every week.
It's only got Tottenham Stadium on it because, you know, that there was a football club there, but there ain't a football club there no more. Sorry.
I agree with you. Cookie knows this. Here's the thing. Cookie knows this. Cookie knows this. We are no longer a football club. We are an entertainment brand. We are an entertainment brand. And that's okay. That is within modern football. Me and Cookie have spoke hours behind the scenes about match-going fans and how it's not the same as ours has been. And it's not. It's not. And what? It's the same at the Emirates. It's the same at the G-Tech. It's the same at the London Stadium. We've got all these fans saying the real fans aren't being there. And then we get told, oh, the real fans shouldn't go there. So for me, that is almost like an existential crisis. Do you want real fans at the stadium or do you not? Because most of them are.
Yeah, but a lot of diehard real fans don't go anymore, and they just sell their tickets.
Yes, they do. There's 50,000. There are 50,000 season ticket holders at the stadium. Cookie, you know this. I will always go for a bat for a match-going fan. Here's the thing: real fans go to the stadium, and I get told real fans don't go to the experience, which is the shop, right? Every match I go, I can show you selfies for the last 12 years because I want a selfie with Chirpy. Because it's really funny to go into the shop and get a selfie with Chirpy and then I go into the ground. So am I a less of a fan for getting a selfie with Chirpy?
But what's that got to do with it?
Everybody loves a selfie with Chirpy. You know what I mean?
That's irrelevant.
Chirpy's a bigger legend than Hoddle, mate.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The match-going fans, you need to stop. And I say this to all people. And I'm in Budapest right now. Like, it's 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to get some guyash and I'm going to get some palinka. But, like, y'all need to stop blaming fans for how shit our team is, bruv.
No, I'm not blaming the fans.
I'm not pointing fingers.
Listen, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that, right? What I've been saying is it is a washed out fan base because the problem there has been the board. And yeah, because the problem there has been the board for a long time. Don't be rude to people who come on in the chat. There's no point for that. But you've got a good point what you're saying. You've experienced it. But what I'm trying to say is every time this club, the fans have had an opportunity to show some grit against this board, they've bottled it, and then they want to have a bus parade.
Oh, here's the thing, and I can tell you exactly why that is. And here's the thing, right? So, like I say, I know Billy from Change for Tottenham. I have issues with Billy from Change for Tottenham, right? Change for Tottenham, and there was 1,000 people parading last season before. But here's the thing, and we need to realize this, right? I always talk about this, right? Grass movements. Here's the thing, right? I don't know how many viewers are live right now, right? So let's take something from my head. Let's say there's 100 viewers right now. 100 viewers. They take that message and they push it down. And then that message gets pushed down to the match-going fans. It is a communication issue and a messaging issue. Really, because there have been issues with change for Tottenham. There really has been with their messaging and their capitulation on they cancelled two protests without ever telling people, and they turned up and they were just like, right, we're done, right? Here's the thing. So it is one of those things where a grassroots movement needs to be starting grassroots. Cookie, Sheriff, all the people, you are on this platform, right? And we have viewers, right? How many of the viewers of the people that will take action will work upon our words? Because here's the thing, I'm clocking back the clock to Coney 2012, bro. I'm looking at people, and I said this to Danalist. Danalist, biggest motherfucker, love you to bits. He was going, why don't they? Why don't they protest? Why don't they protest? What is wrong with them? I said to Danalist, go to a game and talk to people. He talked to people, and all of the people at the games, they don't care. There's 60,000 people. They don't care because at the end of the day, it is what it is. We are forcing change where the match going fans, and I know this is horrible to say this, the match going fan just wants to pay their beepity beep beep, see a good game of football with the kids, with the wife. You got to realize some of them, like, it's 90 quid a ticket when it's not reduced, right? You've got to get all that money up front. You also got to eat there. Everyone tells me I'm a turncoat for eating at the stadium. Would you rather me eat there or get fucking starved and have a fit? I'm gonna eat some Korean chicken, okay? So here's the thing.
Don't be the chick king.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I do not and will not ever say it's the fans' fault, because they are what they are, and we need to realize it is exactly the same with ref decisions. It is what it is, man.
All right, guys. Cheers. I'm sure there'll be some comeback to that. Go on.
I've got to say, Guy, you're sending across a lot of mixed messages. I know that you're not. I know. I think just to be clear, I think everyone's very quiet and let you have your rant, mate. Just to be clear, you're sending across a lot of mixed messages. It's not the fans' fault.
What way?
It's not. You're doing it again. It's not the fans' fault. The fans are all right, but the fans don't care. I'm a season ticket holder, and I can tell you this.
I'm not saying all.
Dude.
Let him talk.
Dude, I'm very, very patient guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I talk to everybody around me, and they do care, and they know it's Enoch. They know it's Enoch, but and they don't please. Why don't you put yourself on mute? It will help. They know it's Enoch. They just don't care enough to go and protest. They just don't care enough to protest. So don't say they don't care as though it's 0
okay,
or 100.
you say don't care enough. There we go.
Dude, seriously. Come on. Right? Don't say it's 0 or 100, because it's not. There's a whole load of numbers in between, right? And I'm the type of fan, and Cookie knows this, I go and protest, right? But I don't think it's ever up to us to berate other fans who don't protest. It's up to us to convince them why they should be going and protesting. What's the benefit of them to go and protest? You're never going to get people to go and protest by telling them you're a bad fan. Honestly, everybody I speak to around me, of course they bloody care. Of course they care. They just don't think that them turning up to protests is going to have an impact. And do you know
That's
what?
my point.
You know what? I'm not sure I blame them.
That's my point.
You know
Thank
on
you.
the protests, when they first come around after what Stow and the boys did with Stow and Brian a few years ago before CFT came in, changed for Tottenham, I went to the first 2 protests. Was going to go to the third. Sick off my nut. That first protest, there was about 3,000 people there, and I met quite a lot of the guys that have helped me out over the last few years because I was in a really fucking dark place about 3.5 years ago before I met Brian, Coover, and everybody else. Now, all those guys are fucking passionate, just like everybody else here. I can't get up from Brighton all the time because I have a 6-year-old, and I always now have him at the weekends. My son can't really go to football because highly autistic. I want to take my son to the joy of being a Tottenham fan, but I've asked my son, who do you want to support, son? Brighton or Tottenham? I want to support Brighton like Ruben, his cousin.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Have a Brighton kit, lad. You know, not a bad team to support because they actually got a direction and understand how to scout a player and actually give their fans what they want. We have been lied to for 26 years by this board. Every year there's been another excuse as to why we didn't get this player, why this player wasn't signed. Come on, we've given players medicals and they fucked off to Chelsea. You know, we've had so many players we've not really truly gone in for and then lied to in our face. And then they expect the match going day fans and the season ticket holders to pay out close to $3,000 a year to keep playing out for a lesser product. It's embarrassing. You wouldn't get this at any other top flight sport, any other top flight.
I'm not renewing my Hotspur 1 membership for next season. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Call me a shit fan. I'm not doing it. I gave up my season ticket last year.
I'm not calling anyone a shit fan. Everyone is a fan.
I'm not punching barbs.
Guy, I'm sticking up for Rian here. Me and Rian, we bounce heads quite a lot with simple conversations in WhatsApp groups, but I love the guy. I think he's great. But when one fan is going, you're a shit fan, you're this fan, you're that fan, most of the fans have been replaced by day trippers. I've been to a few games over the last 3 or 4 years.
I agree.
I'm trying to listen out for where the old songs used to be from when I used to go to the lane with my
There
granddad.
ain't no old songs.
There ain't
no old songs. I've been there this year twice.
I know, but Cookie,
I was waiting. They never came.
Any song to make you bounce and be, just to give it a bit of atmosphere. I was sitting there. I went with Rich 2 years ago now with the Southampton protest, wasn't it? I went to the match with him, and people were shouting out at Southampton, "Is this a library?" And they're getting spanked 3-1 at this point. But our fans were dead quiet. We're winning 3-1. If you had that winning 3-1, we're singing from minute.
I can give you evidence, right? So my block where I buy my ex-season ticket was 135. It was just behind the players, and I used to bounce around, right? Sometimes the south stand, sometimes north stand, right? So I'm going to tell you right now, 135 versus Leicester last season, it was horrendous. Remember the manager? I was flipping off the manager and I was swearing at the manager. And Cookie, I've told you this story. Yeah. Someone said to me, "Excuse me, can you calm the language, please?" Block 135, behind the players, premium seat. Do you know what I said to them? Fuck off to the family area. That's a north stand. This is, yes, I agree. The type of fan aren't used to our banter, argy-bargy swearing, but it's gentrified. Look, I'm privileged in the fact that I had a season ticket since 1999 and I kept going to 2025, right? It got to a point where I would bring in rival fans and we'd get crazy in the stands just behind the players. Excuse me, could you not swear? There's children here. Well, children's the north stand, bitch. Children's the north stand. Go fuck off to the north stand then. If you don't want to hear us swearing, fuck off to the north stand. And here's the thing, when I always go into match going fans, we are a rare breed. Ellie knows this because you just go, "Come on, you fuckers," and swear your heart out. And there's always
I used to swear a lot at Eric Dyer.
Yeah, I know, we both did. I used to swear a lot at Harry Kane back in the day. You missed a fucking city, you fucking cunt.
I've got
But
a story that's an I've got a story that's an eye opener.
Here's the thing, and I'm just gonna like distill it right now, right? It is not. It is not that we are being priced out. We are not like being held to a court. It's just the culture is changing. It is PG-13 football. Anyway, brothers, I'm gonna have to go because I'm gonna have to go to another bar.
Cheers,
Love
You're
you
gonna go
and
and get
leave you.
some grub, Hungarian grub.
Yeah.
I've got a really good
Gilyash.
on the back of what Guy said.
I love all Spurs
my
fans.
God.
I love all Spurs fans, but I always will stick up for the match going fans. All right, I love you and leave you, boys and girls
See you
and
later,
lads.
Guy. Bye, mate.
See you
Bye,
later.
mate.
Yeah,
See you, mate.
what a character. You can't get a word in edgeways.
Listen, Ellie, if you want to go next, but I've got to say, DK's been down in the corner down there, right? Ain't said a word for about 25 minutes.
He's
so
listening.
He's
taking it in.
Hang on. I'll go ask Danny. Are we doing more dog? Are we doing more dog, Danny?
I was just coming on just because I heard Gaia talking shit about my boy Chirpy. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? How dare he?
He's your brother. Yeah.
It's Percy's brother.
I've got a good
Secretly
story.
down in that suit at the match day. That's what it is.
I've got a good story to tell you guys, right? So I applied for the disabled section, right? And it was the Arsenal game. And my nephew was coming because, you know, you can take somebody free of charge when you're in the disabled section, right? So I had to pick up my disabled ticket from the ticket office. And basically, it was, honestly, this is the God's honest truth. It was all fans that didn't support Spurs, probably about 400 or 500 lined up, right? And I could hear all the languages going, right? And then I asked one guy, he was from Portugal, and he goes, I've only come to see the stadium. Right, because obviously our stadium is famous, not our team anymore, right? And as I walked through the line, right, I found this old geezer, and I thought, right, I'm going to attach myself to him because I can't stand very long because my legs go. Right, I said to the geezer, do you think these are proper Spurs fans? And he goes, no, they're not proper Spurs fans. And then he got out his phone and he was showing me all pictures of him with Jimmy Greaves, Alan Gilzine, and I've got talking with him. It was fantastic. It was the best experience I've had talking to him. But everybody else wasn't a Spurs fan. So I was really gutted because I'm thinking, this is the times we're living in, right? Because like I said to you earlier today, Cookie, when we were on earlier, right? Yeah. There's no, I don't think even the match going fans care, right? They really do care, but there's loads that don't.
Yeah.
And they're on their phones and they're talking about their holidays. Even Sheriff said that one was playing bloody Candy Crush. You know, there's no spirit. There's no old songs. It's just like an empty shell.
Yeah.
And occasionally you get where the part lane, where the part lane, where the part lane, where the shelves are, and come on you Spurs.
Not
and
like
that's about the only songs they sing. It's lost its soul. It's lost its soul.
This has been curated, hasn't it? This has been curated by Enoch. Enoch has curated it. You know, Return of the Shelf, that guy has been trying to get them to facilitate singing sections, blocks of fans. You used to have it in the Paxton, right? In White Hart Lane. You used to have it in the Paxton. And then they moved to the Shelf. You had these blocks of fans who would all gang up together, and I could never get in it because I didn't have a season ticket. You can never get in it. They were the diehards. They were the away fans. They were in blocks. And Enoch have very, very, very deliberately, but God knows why. I don't know what benefit it has to anybody, They've separated us all. They've
Ray,
separated those groups.
Yeah.
Rain, as you know, I've said this before. I was a student in the South Stand, right, from 2010 to 2014, yeah, and I was in the South Stand section right next to the shelf, yeah, so right in the corner, and yeah, you're right. Literally, all through the game, it would be like we're the Park Lane, and it's like we're the shelf side, like constantly throughout the game. Doesn't matter what was going on the pitch, it was constant. Every single home game.
Yeah.
You couldn't even hear. And we used to have to tell them to sit down, right? Because back then they were like, "Oh, you got to make them sit down, yeah." And after like my second game, I was like, "Do you know what? I ain't gonna bloody try and do it because there's no point. I'm just gonna." And I like they gave me such a buzz every time I went. I never missed a game for like 3 seasons because I wanted to be amongst it in a diehard fans. Do you know what I mean? And every single home game.
Can I just say something, right? If you don't mind.
Go on.
What you just said, so right. I mean, I'm going to say this and then I'll backtrack, right? So we're in a relegation battle. And in my opinion, you could hear a pin drop in that stadium over the last couple of games. That wasn't noisy at all. So if you're going to have this big bus parade and do a lot of shouting and flares outside, take it in the stadium and get behind the team. All right, you might not like the players, but the brand, Tottenham Hotspur, up, right? Because all I've heard, there's that South Stand, biggest stand in Europe apparently. You could hear a pin drop in the game. Me and the missus were sitting here, she went, I can sing louder than that. But the away games, this is what my point is, you can hear the hardcore fans there singing for the whole 90 minutes. They were 2-0 down against Chelsea, right? They didn't give up. But the home fans, they create this atmosphere of, oh, shit, we might lose. Oh, shit. And they're expectant. They're thinking, we're only going to cheer and sing when we go a goal up or get the second goal. We won't sing if they equalise or go ahead. That's wrong. The mentality of the fan has changed, and that was my point. I didn't want to butt in when the bloke was saying all that stuff about don't have a go at the fans and all that. Not really having a go at the fans, but something's changed. And like Rain said,
I know what's
like other people have said, it's been watered down, and divide and conquer of Enoch is so evident in his club. Nobody can deny it. Only a fool would say, sorry, the fans have not changed. And they're not behind the club.
I just actually wanted to touch on something, what Guy said, something about the fan base. It's like, fan base ain't the problem. It's the fan base is changing. Something down that line, he said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they are changing. He's right. He's spot on. But this fan base that have changed are accepting of what we're seeing week in and week out.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm not saying they are the problem with Tottenham Hotspur, but they are a big part of it.
They're part of it.
How can you accept this shit week in and week out?
And
how can you accept it?
And then have a bus parade but not turn up and protest. They should be handing them out of the club now. We're going down, lads.
I've sat here quite quietly listening to the guy.
Let Joey have a speak just for a minute, and then I'll bring in DK. All right, go on.
Sorry, I've just sat here listening to Guy, and he is quite funny. But I've just been trying to rack my brains. So I'm probably part of the problem. I'm probably one of these fans that's part of the problem because I am a season ticket holder, as many of us are. And due to family commitments, I have family that live quite a long way away from me. I don't go to every home game. But I've just sat here and done a little bit of thinking. And I've probably been to 50, 55 games at the new stadium. And I can honestly say from memory that I've never, ever had the same person sat next to me more than twice.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm not just exaggerating there. It's often there's always a lot of Americans around me. In sunny days, it's a lot of Koreans, etc. But I honestly don't believe that I've ever probably met the season ticket holders that sit to my left or right. The ones in front and behind, same every game I've been to, it's the same people. But the left and the right, I've never ever met them. I don't think.
There you go.
Joey, I think Joey, I think that is part of the problem, and it's deliberate.
Yeah.
It's deliberate. The two season tickets next to me. Sorry, just really quickly. The two season tickets next to me have been the two old guys for 5-6 years, and they didn't renew this year. So, and for all our fabled season ticket waiting list, these are on general sale next to me. So I get, like you're saying, Joey, I get different people every single week, and a lot of them are diehard Spurs fans. They're really, really into it. I'd probably say 50%, and 50% are just there for the experience.
Yeah.
Right.
To say that, but a lot of the problem with fans of all fandoms nowadays is the internet. It's really diluted down what being a fan really means to some people nowadays. If you think about it, there's echo chambers. People argue the same points. People think that certain people are the problem when they're not. When all of us collectively as fans, we've grown up. We're all lucky enough probably here to be in a time before the internet.
Yeah.
Back when being a fan actually meant you made a time with your mate to meet him at fucking King's Cross, to travel up to London, When back in the day, it'd be me, my granddad, my uncle, my cousin traveling up from Brighton. We'd meet one of my granddad's mates at King's Cross, and we'd travel to the old lady, from there. So you'd make your plans over the phone, talk properly the night before, and make sure everybody's still going. And, and I just feel like the internet has really watered down what it means to truly grasp the idea of fandom nowadays, because you can just click online and go, oh, yeah, these people arguing about that. All right. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, we didn't have that. We had teletext if we wanted to see a score.
Can I just say something? I don't think, Corey, it's that what you said, why the fans have changed. I just think it's a generation. It's part of it, right? But there's more. It's more to do with look at how Gen Z are, right, compared to the previous generation, right? They've grown up in a society with, it's definitely social media is an influence, right? But look at how it is nowadays with kids, for example, right? All kids want to watch nowadays are these fucking ridiculous, stupid, idiot influencers who try to be influencers, and they just are literally, it's just bullshit on the internet, right? People, I mean, you're hearing these stupid. I've heard comments like something like looks maxing or some shit, and all this kind of crap. You've seen all these weird influencers putting out their content about, right? So when you look at how society's changed in that way, right, it's getting worse and worse. Like, it really is getting worse and worse. And I think that also plays a part in society's culture and the culture towards certain things like football and sport and lots of other things, to be honest with you. So it's not just...
Sorry, whoever's speaking right now, can put your camera on, because I thought you were Danny Kiriakou, not Grandad Kiriakou. I think you're right.
Danny's turned your camera on twice to let us know you're all right.
Yeah. I didn't realise that Danny's turned up.
I can't stand these ridiculous influencers, or they call themselves influencers on social media, because they're the things that, these are the things that children shouldn't be watching. And when you've got kids growing up watching shit like that, it's why it makes our society more fucking corrupt and more stupid.
That's why I worry as a parent. YouTube, you got those weird things that kids watch on YouTube nowadays, and my son's imitating them, and I'm trying to teach him maths and English, what the two things he's struggling on at school, and he wants to watch what Danny did, not you, but Danny, but all this like, oh yeah, you gotta do your, oh, just mate.
Thing is, don't you think the situation we're in when Ange was there, the situation we're not digging out Ange, because I know that'll upset so many people. Bloody hell. But I'm just saying, don't you think the situation we're in, facing relegation, 2 years in a row, let's have it right. If the teams below us, like Ipswich and Leicester beat us last season and they were below us, right?
Yep.
So that just proved how bad we were, right? Don't you think this is a player problem? You can blame any manager you want. Just put their name in, whatever you want to blame. But these players, they sulked when Ange got sacked. And when Frank come in, they were all behind him. They played a brilliant game against City. They played a brilliant game against Burnley. I know Burnley are not up there, but look at Burnley the other day against Arsenal. Look at the way they played. So they're not completely crap, right?
No. Do you know what it is?
The players sulked, threw their toys out the pram and thought, we won't go down. And before you know it, that's where we were. Now they're panicking because they're thinking, shit. But the ultimate price is us lot here. We'll pay the price because we're going to be gutted. So I think a lot of this is on the players, everyone. This is on the players because they sulked and not fought hard enough.
Just so everyone knows, Change for Tottenham have just announced they're doing an in-stadium protest after the game at Everton.
Yeah.
Too late.
Can I just add something to what you were saying?
You know what?
You were saying about
them doing that.
Hold on, Corey.
Hang on, Corey. Hang on, just one sec, Corey. Let DK come in for a minute because he's been patient, and then we'll come to you, mate. Go on.
You were saying about the players, right? You were saying about the players being the problem. Now, that of course they're the main problem at this football club. But again, we all know this. It all comes down to the culture of the football club, right? That's the way it's been ingrained, right? The culture is that there's not a desire, right? What I see in the players, right? I see these players, if they were to give 100% every single game, we would not be in this position this season, even with the injuries that we have, right? Yeah. And we have had. I still believe those players were good enough to not be that low down, right? Maybe they might have been a couple positions up, but we wouldn't be in this kind of position where we are now. The reason why these players don't give 100% all the time is because the culture has been set that you do not need to win all the time, right? So if you don't win, it is not a problem.
Yeah.
That is why the players are not giving their all when you see them on the pitch. That is why even now with De Zerbi, he can see that these players don't want to put the fight in every single game because number one, the culture is like that. So he has to try and change the culture and
mentality.
The mentality. And number two, the players, right? Because they are paid so much money, they know that if they don't play well and we don't have any other players on the bench, they're just going to keep playing them because we haven't got anyone else. So it's a catch-22. We're in an absolute shit situation because
we're in a vicious circle.
In a vicious circle, exactly. So
I think Harry Kane said all of this when he went to Bayern.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can I just chime in a little bit because I love Danny. He's my deluded brother, but his birthday just happened as well. But we can big up to him. He makes some good points. He does make some good points, though. Don't get used to it, Danny. But my point is, though, I do disagree with it a little bit about the players not making the effort. I think they actually are putting the effort in. I just don't think they're good enough, and I think the mentality thing is a problem as well. And if you don't believe me, the stats are backing me up anyway. Because you see the stats the last 2 years, 2 years, 3 years, it's backing me up all day long. You know what I mean? Others have put the stats out, but I think it's also the mentality is coming from where I agree with Danny as well on this. Again, is that I think it comes from the board, and this is why I can't back any manager at the moment. You know what I mean? You know, because I think whether you put a manager in whatsoever, whatever manager in, Pep Guardiola in, whoever is, there's still going to come a cropper because the way that this club is run and the ownership, and that's it for me. And that's why I end up saying it out, because I just don't see it changing. You know what I mean? I just do not see it changing whatsoever. And I know that's the most most unrealistic thing coming out my mouth right now? Is that me?
What you said is right.
Whoa. Who's the guy next to Rain on the left? I think it's his mic.
Yeah, it's not me. I hope it's not me. But yeah, it's just. I just think it's the most unrealistic thing coming out my mouth right now. But I do think that it can only change without them, because I just don't think they're going to get the fact that we haven't got any football people in the boardroom at the moment, and that's where
what you said is right. What Danny said was right. I think we all agree that from the top of the club, the mentality has been wrong, and it flows down through the club, through the players, and not only that, when the club, Phoenix, etc., start seeing that these fans are not really, they're turning up they're turning up. There's 60,000 there every week, no matter what the football is, right? When they see that, they're like, "What we got to do? These bugs are paying. They're coming in, right?" And they haven't built a squad. They haven't gone out and got a player for every position. So what Danny said, what you said's right. In my opinion, the players that are there are thinking, well, we haven't got anyone chasing us for our position. I'm getting so much amount a week, but why do I give a toss? Do you know what I mean? It does feel that way, the way they're playing.
Also,
one week they're all right. Most weeks they're not all right, but you'll get a little performance. They'll run around a lot, but there's no quality there. And that's on director of football, like you said, Alex, them not having a proper system in place and a scouting network. I mean, we had Paul Mitchell there. Mitchell there. He left, didn't he? He must have left for a reason.
Do you know what, right?
Even
Even if we have a good director of football, I believe De Zerbi's the perfect Spurs manager. I think he is the epitome of what we want as a manager, right? In every aspect, for me personally, anyway. And then if we were to get, say, a top director of football, even that still doesn't mean that our fortunes can change, because unless the board have a pivot in their actual direction of what they want with this football club, it doesn't. Alex is right; it doesn't change. Right? We might get close again. We might get lucky, like Bilbao, like last year, where we're absolutely shit, and then we somehow managed to go to a final with the 2 16th and 17th place Premier League teams being Tottenham and Man United, which you never would have thought. So,
yeah,
I mean, you've got that element to it as well. And if you look at Arsenal, right, under their ownership, it was only like 4 years ago, I think, when they did those massive protests, right, and they decided that they were going to change their direction, and the Sun came in, right, and he took over the running of the football club, right. When that happened, right, they started buying players, top players. That is when it changed. 3 years ago it happened, I think. And from 3 years ago, they've gone from this to winning the Premier League, right, in 3 years, because they kept building and building and building. And that's just from a team that was at a goodish level, but needed that quality. Then they bought Declan Rice and etc. etc. So, and last summer they spent 300 million. So in a way, you kind of expected them to fucking win the Premier League if they didn't. The amount of money they've spent in the last couple of years on the talent that they've spent.
$1 billion in 6 years.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is it was the Kroenke's son, whoever his name is, when he came in.
Josh.
Yeah, Josh. When he came in, it changed, right? So if ENIC look at this position at where we finish this season, if we do go down, which I don't think we are, I believe we're not, but just say we do, right? They have to change. They have to do something to try and get us back in the league. But I'm going to speak as if we're staying up, right? Next season, right? If they don't use this as a warning sign, I can guarantee next season, if they don't buy players, we are getting relegated 100%.
I don't think, Danny. Before anybody, I need to make it brief because other people need to have a say. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Honestly, I think I've seen how many years of this, yeah. And the thing that's warmed my heart from this stream. Thank you, Mark, for doing this stream. I watched Nige and watched some of the. I think it was Joey or somebody made a comment as well, and they sum up why I've been saying what I've been saying on my channel, right? Why I've said that I'd just relegate this club and just wrap it up and be AAC Wimbledon, right? Because I can't stand this club. I can't stand the way it is at the moment. I do not enjoy what I'm watching. I've not enjoyed it for so long now. You know what I mean? When someone's telling me to like something, there's something wrong. It's like me saying, someone tell me to find my wife, I'll like that person. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that, doesn't it? It just doesn't work like that, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Tell me to like cabbage, but I don't like cabbage. You know what I mean? You can't tell yourself to like cabbage. You know what I mean? It's like you either like it or you don't like it. You have to have it because it's good for your health. You know what I mean? It's good food for you. But the point I'm making is that you can't tell somebody that you like something, especially that's something you go there to get away from life. You get what I'm saying? You know, and I think this sums it all up perfectly. It's just because you don't like something, what you're seeing at the moment, doesn't mean you're not a fan. It's just that at the moment you're sitting there saying, "Well, the club that I recognised before isn't there anymore. A player that I can get my feet off, get my feet off, isn't there anymore. Like a David Ginola, like a bloody Van der Vaart, you know, like a Robbie Keane, like a Defoe, like a Gareth Bell, like a Harry Kane, like a Son." We don't have that anymore.
No.
We do not have it anymore. And I think it's summed it up with Nige, because Nige ain't he ain't that guy that is angry. He's a very kind and very patient, nice gentleman. Yeah, and the fact that he looked so angry about what was going on.
Yeah. Listen, mate, Alex, the guy was shaking. You could hear it in his throat, the emotion in his throat. You could hear it when he was talking.
You know, that's all I've got to say anyway, because I know other people need to say. Back to you, Mark.
Rain as well. When you were talking, Rain, you sounded really upset. Like you sounded like you were on the brink of tears, mate. And that's how it gets to you.
Yeah.
You want to know what these last the other day?
Let Corey go. Let Corey go. Go on, Corey. Listen, I'm just warning you all. We're on a 12, 14-minute warning from now. So have you say whatever you're going to say, Corey. Do it all now, sort of thing. 2 or 3 minutes each.
Like, I was talking to my granddad, and I've never really seen my granddad cry about football because he's a stern bloke, my granddad. But he is absolutely disgusted with the way this club has fallen since he was a young man. He got to see everything lifted through his youth, everything. The club bounced, the stadium roared. I was talking to my granddad. He seemed so dejected from it. Like, wanting to talk about Tottenham with him now is like a chore. He doesn't feel the passion for it anymore, being 83, 84. It's like, you go back talking 10, 15 years ago to my granddad. I remember my time on the shelf, and when I was growing up, you know, we used to sneak into the stadium sometimes and catch a glimpse of the game and then get chucked out. Yeah, I mean, what is going on? And then with players, there's a nature versus nurture that thing going on, and it's just shocking from top to bottom. I sit on board with my granddad on it for a while. I'm like, yeah, things are changing the last 30 years, Granddad. Football isn't what it used to be. And under the inception of the Premier League, before that, football was drab in a way. It really was. Until the influx of money come into this league and made it what it is, players were playing on mud pitches and they were men, battle-hardened.
Yeah.
Nowadays, a football player goes down, you touch my hair, rolls around.
Yeah.
Water's become really diluted for my granddad. He goes back in the day when you used to see crunching tackles coming in and blokes would get up and shake hands. After it, you know. Just sit there and my granddad talk about old football, and I'm just like, okay.
Guys, I've got a couple of points to make, and then I'll let everybody else go. So, first thing is, my son's 23, right? And every time I go to that stadium now, he's like, Dad.
Steve, hold on a minute. We've got a really bad.
Turn your telly down.
Someone turn their telly down or whatever it is. I don't know.
Someone's microphone.
It's just feedback on the thing. You can sort of hear it twice. Go on, Steve.
Yeah. So, firstly, my son's 23, right? And whenever we go to the game, he's like, Dad.
Mute everyone. Mute everyone.
Hold on.
If you know how to.
Yeah, I've got to click on these dots, I think, and I.
Yeah.
Right, hold on a minute. You're asking a lot of me here, you know. So, someone's just got.
Everyone just mute each other.
Yeah, if everyone just mutes and let Steve talk, and then we'll go from there, and we'll work it out. There we go. Go on, Steve.
Yeah, right. So my son's 23, yeah, and every time we go to the background, he says,
Who's
Dad,
it might be the I can't remember the guy's name in the bottom corner next to Alex.
Mark.
You can't remember my name, Danny.
Sorry.
Disgusting. We WhatsApp groups together.
I think it's your mic, Mark.
No, it was a telly. I've turned that down now, mate.
All right.
So this guy's living proof. Living proof. Men can multitask. He can stream and play Call of Duty at the same time. What?
I believe that there you are.
There you go. There you go. Steve, go on. Do you want to finish your point, mate?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my son's 23, right, and he goes to the ground, yeah, and he says, Dad, why aren't they singing? Do you know what I mean? So it really affects him because I brought him up to be a proper Tottenham fan. Do you know what I mean? So, and also, what ain't it gonna go anywhere because we're having a happy clappy bus parade before a game, and then what we're going to protest afterwards? They're just going to sit there and laugh at us. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous having a protest after a happy clappy bus parade.
Yeah,
So,
I'm with you, mate.
I think it is Mark. I think it is Mark. You got to mute it, Mark.
Got to mute it, Mark. It's gone now. Anyone else?
No, I just muted. I just muted.
Yeah.
I can go now if everybody else wants. I think everybody knows me. A lot of certainly a lot of people know me. My story. I was born in Enfield. My dad was a season ticket holder in the 60s. All the glory days. I was brought up on Jimmy Greaves and stuff like that. Then obviously I'm of an age where Hoddle and stuff like that. And this front line, this whole team is an absolute joke. The owners, everything else has made this club mediocre, if not crap. And I'm sorry to say, if we went down, I'm not surprised because we see this week in, week out. Nobody enjoys our football. It's horrendous.
There you go. There's no messing about there, was there? From Mark, straight to the point there. Anyone want to come? Get me words out. Anyone want to come back on that? From Mark?
I can't disagree whatsoever what anybody said, what you just said, Mark. Honestly, because I feel exactly the same way that you're feeling, and everybody that said everything earlier for me, it actually warms my heart. Like I said, that people are saying what I've been feeling because. You know what I mean? Like I should be at gym right now, but to be honest with you,
I've been feeling it since Joel was sacked, like mostly everybody here. It's just a ticking time bomb, and it's just terminating into a powder keg now, isn't it? With everything that's gone in the last 3 years.
It's been a long time coming. Let's be honest. I mean, like you say, Martin Joel, he wanted what he wanted. He got pushed out. You know, every manager that's wanted to progress with his club has been pushed out. And I don't want to talk about the enemy, but they've won the title in an ugly way. But they've got a player for every position, lads. A player for every position. And if there's someone out injured, they learned from their mistakes, didn't they? Someone out injured, they've got someone they can bring in, you know? And
but like them, they also got rid of the bad eggs out of their team.
Yeah,
didn't they got rid of Aubameyang and things like that. Just
they
like
had the
with
ball.
PSG, you know.
Yeah.
PSG, the manager came in. I don't need Neymar. I don't need Messi. I don't need. Give me one of them, not all of them, because then I can build a team around them. They can learn off them and then move on.
I just want to say though, but because I say I don't care if we get relegated. There's a reason why I'm saying it. There's a reason why I'm saying it to wrap this club up for Wimbledon, like AFC Wimbledon, because when you're not enjoying what you're seeing, and you just sit there and say, "Well, what else can you say?" You know what I mean? It's like you've given it how many chances to make you feel something, and it's only so much time you can say it. And I only can sum it up by the way what Kuva says. You know what I mean? Cooper's been on this show, and I talk to him sometimes as well, and he's quite consistent. He's quite consistent what he says, and he doesn't say it with any halves. You know what I mean? Or in the third, he says it how it is, and says it with very lot of passion, and you know what I mean. And for me, he says the same thing I feel as well, just about saying, "Well, this is crap. This is crap. I don't enjoy it, and get rid of it." Yeah, and like Stel says as well. Because you know what I mean, and I think it sums it up. But I think the reality is coming to every single fan right now on this group right now that this can definitely happen. You know what I mean? You know,
when you think, Alex, we had fans coming in these chat rooms in Savers, the Spurs 5, just mentioning a few that I've been in, and you had fans coming in here and they were taking the piss out of Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Fulham. All these teams have overtaken us. We're Tottenham Hotspur. What's going on?
You forget, you know what I mean? Brighton and Brentford have done it the right way with the right scouting system.
Look at Bournemouth. Look at Bournemouth. They had to sell some of the best players. I know we've heard this before, but look at the way they can turn out another player, get a new player. What's gone on at our club? It's all about this. It's all about this. And they take our money. They take all your money, our money that we've put into the club over the years to make it what it is. And they've just used it for their own devices, so to speak. Business.
Well, you just got to look at the wage to profit turnover. We're one of the lowest spending on wages. And you can see why with some of the crap we've got. Whereas I think Aston Villa have spent 97% of their actual income on making their team a team. Come on, we used to banter Aston Villa going, you're shit and all this shit, all that back in the day. But now look at us. I can't even banter fucking fans that have had a team that have got the right direction going. When people come in and break teams like Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth, they really don't understand how these teams have come up through the divisions and have done it right. Tom Bowley, the manager, the managing director at Brighton, Tom Bowley, he made his money off of being a fucking fantastic poker player. He is a Brighton boy through and through, and put his own money into that stadium. He was the reason why that stadium got up off the ground, you know. So Tom Bowley has that same scouting program that Brentford does. And no wonder why Brighton and Brentford turn over gems all the time and sell them for huge profits. Because they find these times in the rough.
Can I say to Alex, if we get relegated, Alex, which is, I think, I'm with you. I think it's nailed on the way we're looking. Because I said to Cookie earlier, I can't see us scoring 2 goals against Everton. So if we don't draw the game, we're going to lose it, right? Right? And then it's down to West Ham, right? Which, like I said, we keep relying on other teams. But if we get relegated, do you think there's some hope that this lot might piss off, even though they're not going to want to, but under the pressure, hopefully the fans will see the light then and get Tottenham back to its basics again and restart, like you said. Do you think this could happen? Because we're going to lose a lot of money, aren't we?
I don't see any guarantees. That's the thing, right? I don't see any guarantees anything's going to happen. I think it could get worse than it gets better. Really, for me, I just think when you see some of the rumours, what's happening, what could happen in the future with a certain director that they're looking at and plans going forward, I just don't think they're ever going to get it right. And I think Danny Kuriaku can concur with me on this one, definitely on that one. I just don't see anything changing whatsoever. And the type of players they're going to want and get, and that's it. And I think the main thing at the moment is that what I don't like at the moment, which I keep on repeating, it came with the whole thing with Højbjerg, which I criticised so long, right? I was Ellie and me were having a little bit of jokes about it. He leaves, then we get somebody worse, and it's been a theme throughout the last 9 years. That we get somebody worse than the player that we thought was good. I mean, I'm now looking at Emerson Royale, and he ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Emerson ain't that
Can I
bad.
say one thing, Alex? Can I say one thing? One thing, right? Just to add on there. I'm of the opinion, right, that I actually think Tottenham staying up, right, they are going to change their ways a bit. They're not going to change their ways to the ways that we want it to happen, but I think they'll change their ways a bit. And the reason I say that is purely because of the players that we have been targeting, right, and actually going for in the last two windows. We've actually January we didn't. We should have signed, and whoever's decision not to sign is an idiot, right? But the fact that in the summer before, right, in the last summer, we actually went for players like Morgan Gibbs-White, players like Savinho, players like Xavi Simons. These are really good players compared to the level of players that we've been targeting the previous years, like the Dominic Solankis. Now, with someone like De Zerbi, right, I cannot, apart from the money, I can't understand why he would sign a 5-year contract if he's not going to be given some form of guarantees. And the one thing that, especially in the situation we were in, right? The one thing that I believe is that the players that we are going to sign are of a higher level, right, from what we used to sign. Now, if we stay up, we've already signed 2 players already. We've already signed Andy Robertson, which I think is a good signing, right? And we've already signed Marco, what's his name? Sensi, whatever his name is. Yeah, and he's a top player. He's a Senesi, that's it. He's a top player, right? So that's telling me if they keep going to target that level of players consistently, then we're going to start building, right? But what I don't think we're going to go and get we can't attract the top echelon of players right now, right? But we can attract the Senesis and the players like that to start building this squad up again with more quality proven players, right? So I do believe they are gonna change their ways a bit. Maybe not to the way that people think this going to change, but I do think that they are going to get more ready players. I don't think they're going on this model of young players all the time anymore. I think I think doing that has put them in this position. And if they're that stupid to continue doing that, then we will get relegated next season, like 100%. But I can't see them being that fucking dumb, right, on their investment to think that they can go into next season buying 1 or 2 Senesis and then all youngsters. I can't see it. I'm sorry, I can't. Even Enoch, I cannot see that. I cannot. It's too much of a money loss on their investment, right? To risk that again. It's not going to happen.
They're just so. I know what you're saying. They're just so arrogant, though, Dan, aren't they? They're so arrogant.
Yeah, but the arrogance has led them to this. Arrogance has led them to this, which is why I believe staying up. I think it's not that they'll learn. I think that they haven't got a choice, because if they don't get proven players, then the same thing is going to happen again this next summer, and next summer we'll be relegated. I'm telling you, we will. It's only going to go 2 ways. That's it. And I'm believing that the way they can't be that fucking dumb to go make the same mistake again. Like after January and after last summer not signing enough players, right? If they don't do it again this summer, I'm going to sit there at the end of the transfer window and say we're going to get relegated.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
Listen, I'm gonna round off now.
We'll see.
I've had the old knock on the door from the missus. We've done just over 2 hours. I'm not going to go on and on and on. I'm just going to say thanks to all of you for coming on tonight, and everyone that's been on and that's not here anymore. Thank you to everyone for that. Make sure to like and subscribe to all the Spurs channels that are out there. I know Dave's got a new one with Anthony, the Spurs Sessions podcast. You can get over there. Obviously, Mr. Box Office down here, he's got one as well. Get over to Mr. Box Office TV, subscribe to him. Anyone else that's been on, Ellie, she's got her Instagram and that, TikTok or whatever it is, X. Get over to Ellie over there. Thank you to all the chat. You've been superb tonight, having a good
Mark, cheers. Thanks for letting me come on, mate. Appreciate it.
Trevor, Corey, Therapy. Listen, you're all welcome anytime. And just let me finish on, you're all going over to the Spurs 5 now for their show. Make sure to like and subscribe. And more than anything, 9:30 a.m. in the morning, we'll continue the conversation. It might be different people, but we'll carry on with it and we'll talk about it. Thanks to everyone. Have a good evening and speak to you all soon. And I should say, as always, thanks to everyone who sent super chats in as well. Come on.
You Spurs. See ya.